Ladies and gentlemen of Game Replays and Company of Heroes fans, welcome for the second consecutive broadcast night in a row where we are bringing you the games from the Where's My Demo Invitational number 4, brought to you exclusively by the Frontline Network. This is Tommy, and as always, it's FatalSaint in the house with me tonight. What's up, Fatal?
What's up, Tommy? Time for some more live shoutcasting. I'm loving this, and tonight we will be bringing you the cliffhanger from yesterday evening, or yesterday night, because it was in the middle of the night when we stopped casting. And it's the best of 5 between Symbiosis and Aimstrong, and it's anybody's game. 2-2 so far. As you can see in those sweet brackets Tommy has on his stream there.
Oh, yep. Bring up those. Those are the old brackets that you're looking at now. But what we have right now is we had a cliffhanger from last night. We had Symbiosis and Aimstrong going up against it. We had Aimstrong take a 2-0 lead over Symbiosis. Quite good games. The second game, an hour long, real slugfest, and then slowly Symbiosis has been clawing his way back, winning the last 2 games to bring us up to this 2-2 draw, meaning that it's gone to a rubber match, the 5th game on Longra this time.
Yeah, Aimstrong going strong in the beginning of this series, winning 2 games on Semoa, with Symbiosis winning the 2 consecutive games on Argentine Crossroads after that. So you gotta wonder, was it the custom map that threw Aimstrong off? He didn't have enough training on the map, maybe he didn't really have a good tactical analysis of the battlefield. Where do I go? What do I do? What build order? Do I do 4ES? What the hell am I supposed to do on this map? So now he's back on good old Langra, and everybody knows that Aimstrong is very used to this map, as is Symbiosis, however. But I'm not sure who actually had choice for this 5th game. But Aimstrong is Wehrmacht, so either Symbiosis shows allies, or Aimstrong actually had choice. I don't know.
Well, if we jump into the game here, you can see that actually I'm almost certain that it was Aimstrong who had choice, and that's why he is playing Wehrmacht on Longra, a nice map for Wehrmacht, but fairly balanced overall, and he's going to be playing Wehrmacht out of the south in this 2-2 game. So this is where it really comes down to a battle of wits, but also not just a battle of skill, but a battle of pure endurance. You have to remember, these guys, before this game was played, had been playing for 3 hours straight in just this series. So that's an awful lot of games.
Yeah, you really have to consider that people are playing for so long, and after this it's just the semi-finals from both they played semi-finals, and straight after that Devm won and went to the final bracket, and then he had to await the winner in Symbiosis and Aimstrong, as they went to 5 games compared to Devm versus Aljash, which went to a 3-1 victory for Devm. So they only played 4 games. So Devm had a very short while, I think, to catch his breath before he had to play the finale of this WmD Invitational number 4 against one of these players. And who that player is gonna be, we will see shortly.
And, well, with those words, I think we better crack on. We're both at the 5-second mark. We're going to be unpausing in 3, 2, 1, unpause. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
Who are you following, Tommy?
I will follow Simon.
Simon, I got Symbiosis in the north, the American player. He's doing no 4ES, 3ES or anything. He's building his racks with his first engineers, and the second engineer is popping out on the field and will most likely either go capping on the right, yeah, he's gonna go opt for the munitions, or maybe a fast cap on the fuel, then connected with the strategic points outside of his base with his first building engineers.
Now, Aimstrong is opting not to go for his Wehrmacht super strat on this map, even though this is one of the better maps for it, Longra. That 4 Pioneer opening that we saw on Saturday night, where we did a little broadcast show then. But he's instead going for almost certainly his very normal, very well practiced Volk MG sniper, and he does this weird thing on Longra. You know, most Wehrmacht players, they push out for the right and they try to go for the pin. But Aimstrong isn't like that. He likes to just take this little left-hand side, put a bit of wire and mines up, and then let his opponent attack into him. And the great thing about Longer is that as long as you hold that plus 16 munitions and that plus 5 fuel, as a Wehrmacht player, you're very, very happy.
Yeah, as long as you have the fuel income from either the left side or the right side, you have enough fuel to tick up and actually, basically be at the same level playing field as the allied player. Considering usually, if there's 3ES or 4ES, the allied player is going to have more map dominance in the early game and might be able to cap up or tick up faster than his opponent. So you just need, one secure fuel, a bunch of munitions, and you're laughing.
Yeah, definitely. There was a bit
Symbiosis actually commented on, that they've been playing for 3 hours before this game. So this is the 5th game in this series. That has to be tiring.
It's an insane series. I mean, when you're playing COH at a level like this, being able to play skillfully for one game at a time is one thing. Being able to play skillfully for multiple games, one after the other, is quite something else. Especially by the time you get to a 5th game, you can probably expect your opponent to know pretty well what you're going to be doing. So it really is just a real battle. So we have the 2 Volks out from Aimstrong, and they're going to be moving over to the right-hand side here. We have Symbiosis parked a rifle here in green cover. The Volks are not going to charge that because they would take a lot of losses doing that. So he's just going to backpedal, and he's just going to sit tight.
Yeah, passing the negative cover road to close the distance to the rifles, or fighting the rifles in green cover at long range with the Volks, which the Volks excels at. But they don't have any cover there except for some yellow cover trees and bushes compared to the green cover from the rifleman. So it's going to take a long while, and he's going to suffer health damage on his Volks. And you can see Aimstrong really probing, just waiting for his opportunity to flush those rifles out of his cutoff. He wants that, and he probably wants the fuel on the right side. Or he wants the middle VP, you never know.
He's really sort of running back and forth with these Volks, sort of deciding, do I charge the rifles, do I not? You can see a bit of indecision in his play here, and actually we had a bit of wire snipping going on. The wire that Aimstrong placed to try and prevent the quick garrisoning of that big strong building. There was a bit of wire cutting by the engineer up there, and now that oh,
look at the Symbiosis actually calls it. I think he thinks there's a mine at Aimstrong's fuel, and there is. So he's gonna walk around and cap for the other side. Or did Aimstrong actually double bluff him? But he did not. So he's gonna be able to decap that fuel there. But with the Volks coming over to reinforce the fuel.
Well, that was something else that we learned from Seb, wasn't it? About double bluffing your opponent. If your it's like the grenade, throwing a grenade at the door trick. It only works if your opponent is very good. But what you can do is you can lay a mine on the opposite side of a point, assuming that your opponent will try and avoid the obvious side, and then he'll still trip the mine. But like the grenade trick, if your opponent isn't concentrating, it won't work. It requires him to be on top of his game, which sounds really illogical.
Yeah,
but,
double bluff.
That's how it works. He is going to trip the mine, but he retreats through it. So
wow.
He
didn't take any damage.
No, he took no damage there. So that's a nice little, basically wasting Aimstrong's munitions.
Yeah, very early mines for Aimstrong. He mined off that fuel. It didn't really net him anything, no losses or casualties from Symbiosis. But the captain rifle squad that was forced to retreat through the mine actually took 2 losses very quickly from long range from the 2 Volk squads. And here's the second Volk squad now also going to reinforce the first Volk squad and are easily going to route these rifles here. Symbiosis soft pedaling away, but the Volks are in pursuit. Symbiosis must be forced to retreat these rifles soon before it takes too much manpower damage.
Well, at long range and while moving, those Volks aren't going to do too much damage, but as you say, do predict it correctly, Fatal. You can see into the future.
He just had to go.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
the Volks were giving proper chase. We have a very fast tier 2 tech here, no more than 4 tier 1 units out from Aimstrong before he techs his tier 2, and he's probably going to be retreating this Pioneer up in the north in a couple of seconds so he can build that tier 2. Yep, it gets retreated, because I can also see into the future. And because I've played Aimstrong a lot of times, but
yeah, it's because you play against Aimstrong all the time. You know what he's gonna do.
I know exactly what he's gonna do.
I know what's gonna happen
without even seeing the replay beforehand. But he
Very
actually...
fast WSC from Symbiosis and very fast recon run unlocked, so he's fearing the Axis sniper. He wants to get rid of it as fast as possible.
Sneaky, sneaky guy. If he gets a quick counter snipe, and then he has a sniper of his own, with no enemy sniper versus tier 2 play from Aimstrong, that could leave Aimstrong in a really nasty position.
Lots
There's
of
another...
rifles on the left side.
Do you see they're gonna try and dodge the mine again?
Oh, he's very close with though. That was...
He does, he dodges the mine once again.
So
Very
close.
nice by Aimstrong.
By
By
might be a
Symbiosis.
counter snipe opportunity for Symbiosis in the middle. His allied sniper has still yet to take a shot on anything, and there might be a recon with 50 munitions in the bank.
It's gonna be very close. He'll probably...
The bolts are too close.
Yeah, he's gonna be... Yeah, he's gonna have to move that sniper. Some... Oh, very nice. The engineers, Flamer engineers, just beat the Volks to the punch. They're gonna get a few whiffs of Flamer off, and there's the... We could see a recon run coming in any second now.
There's
Here's the recon run!
He's gonna light up the sniper. The sniper instantly retreats. The counter snipe goes in and it takes him out!
What a break for Symbiosis there, getting the snipe on the retreat as well. That's a huge break for him. The sniper should just be able to retreat out of there. He retreats while cloaked, so he retreats kind of slowly, but he's still going to be able to make it out of there. Volks hit a mine, but that's a huge win for Symbiosis now, leaving Aimstrong in tier 2 with no counter sniper of his own. It's a horrible position to be in.
Yeah, his tier 2 is up now. What's his first unit? The half track or Grins?
First unit out is a half track. He's got a half track coming
yeah.
out, and he's got also building a sniper at the same time, so he's instantly replacing that sniper.
Symbiosis has a lot of fuel. He's already floating 100 fuel with WSC up, and the triage just went up his base, and he's still floating 100 fuel. The main problem is that he's lacking manpower a little bit. He has a pretty healthy income. He still has 300 with that supply yard coming up. The supply yard coming up, yeah, exactly. And he might go for TD, you know, as long as he can keep the fuel on the left side, which still has one of Aimstrong's mine in it.
Sniper is now out from Aimstrong, so the early dominance that could have been had by Symbiosis is going to be quickly cut short. The half track is also a very good unit out as the first unit from the tier 2 versus the WSC, because half tracks are just so lethal versus snipers. They really can just charge him down and take him out. We have engagement here. Green cover rifles got charged by Volks as Pioneers assisting them, but they took a lot of damage, and actually they retreat through a mine, taking even more damage down to just one man, but they do manage to get out of there.
Yeah, losing one man on retreat, but one of them actually survives, saving Symbiosis that one rifle squad. And he only went 3 rifles, so he really needs all of them to survive. He's going for a fairly quick tier 3 at 8.5 minutes or so. He started constructing it, and it's already up in his base. Instantly starting to build that M8. He had a lot of fuel in the bank, so there's no problem for him to pump out another one when this first M8 actually hits the field. And as this is going on, the half track actually hits a mine, but it doesn't net him any damaged engine.
No, that was quite lucky. You can see the back flaps kind of like flew open.
A little bit broke.
Yeah, it broke, but it still works. It's like an old car.
Oh, counter snipe!
Oh, counter snipe!
He's about to retreat! Oh! Payback! Revenge! What the fuck, Recon? Why did you not light up the enemy sniper?
It's Aimstrong sniper was just outside the range of the Recon, so Symbiosis assumed that there was no counter sniper waiting for him, but he assumed wrong, and he's going to pay for that now. Yeah, he did a recon run, but he just missed it. He just missed Aimstrong sniper.
Yeah, because he saw an MG which had few men on it, only one man, and Flamer Engineers actually goes down on retreat as well now for Symbiosis, losing 2 squads very rapidly. The only thing he still has left now is that M8 as a shock unit. He can still get faster, and does Aimstrong have enough munitions for a Grins?
He's just buying himself a pack now, but for the moment he has no real AT. This is very quick tech up from Symbiosis actually. I mean the M8 itself isn't all that quickly, but considering that he built a sniper beforehand, it's quite impressive that he managed to get the M8 out so fast. He's done a very good he's done a very good job of retaining manpower.
Very good. Very good indeed. A little bit of a shootout with the M8 versus the half track, which is getting combat repaired in the middle of it, and Aimstrong is reinforcing from that half track at the same time. But in Company of Heroes 2, you can just reinforce with your conscripts.
Yeah. Although in Common Affairs 2, half tracks will also be much more useful because you'll need to hide in them to warm your men up.
Get in the car! Get in the half track!
Get in the half track. Turn the heating up. No, heating's broken, Klaus.
Turn on the AC, damn it!
Yeah. Wasn't that invented in the 40s?
Probably. On the Russian front. That's it.
Aircon on the Russian front, yeah. Yeah, Hans, it's kind of cold in here.
Great
Hans,
grenade in
air
a strong
conditioner.
building, kills 2 riflemen and does a load of health damage as well, forcing Symbiosis out of that strong house. It's going to go into the hands of Aimstrong, but he does have his fuel on the right side harassed and the left hand side fuel. He did recap it, but he lost it eventually again to Symbiosis harassing squads.
So much harassment from Symbiosis. No big flanks, but it reflects the way that Aimstrong's playing. Aimstrong was playing quite a reserved style, not taking a whole lot of territory and sort of hanging back with lots of mines and wire, so a big flanking attack would have really hurt him. So the way that he's
Really
playing right
branching
now
out
is very good. Yeah, I mean, Aimstrong is doing a good job of expanding his territory, but he's also losing his plus 16 munitions on the left as well, so...
This Volk squad capping the VP might go down. They're very low health, down to 2 men.
Oh, he's popping on a Faust.
It's a trap. Here's the Faust. Here's the pack.
Wow.
Both misfires.
That was unlucky. The Faust had gone in, or at least if the M8 hadn't reversed just in time, he would have lost that M8, and that would have been a huge blow.
3 rifles moving out from Symbiosis' base now. Almost all full on health hitters. 1 squad at 5 men with the allied sniper escorted by these riflemen, which now just upgraded with bars as well. Symbiosis really has good map dominance for the entirety of the game, so he has no problem with fuel income. And he's been very reserved with his manpower. As you said, there's massive engagements between these 2 players in the best of 5 here. The 5th.
Oh, there's another recon. The allied sniper. Oh, did he see him? Yeah.
Yeah, but he went behind edge.
Okay, so he was
Aimstrong hit.
Yeah, playing against recon run with a sniper is very, very tricky when you're the Axis player. You really have to be on your toes and make sure that you're always, way at the back and next to a shot blocker like Aimstrong's doing.
And he's being very reserved with the sniper. He's just guarding his MG basically, waiting for that sniper to be forced to take a shot at an MG to help the rifleman. But what Aimstrong really needs to keep doing now is just inflict manpower damage on Symbiosis and then get another magic counter-snipe off. And then I think Aimstrong is pretty much going to be laughing the entire game. Because if Symbiosis comes into some form of a manpower sink, being forced to reinforce like almost full squads of rifles over and over again, or even being forced to replace them if they get killed straight off, he's not going to be able to keep building snipers. And the Axis sniper can really go to town. And then it will just snowball from there.
Yeah.
Here comes the M8 on the far right side. Gonna take some shots at the halfback, but there are Switch Shreks guarding it. Nice first Shrek shot. Very solid hit on the side of the M8.
I wanted to see Alpha Faust plus Shrek. Would that even kill it? I don't know. We actually have tier 3
2 Faust and a Shrek? Maybe. At least it's gonna produce a critical, I think.
Maybe. Tier 3 is now taken. Here comes another recon run. The Axis sniper is decloaked. There could be it. And that counter snipe missed.
And here comes the half track.
Misses the opportunity.
The sniper, but he gets stuck
His
on the
mine's covering him if he does choose to
God,
continue. He is gonna follow. Very close to that mine though.
M8's gonna put on halt to that, however. Yeah, Aimstrong doesn't fancy. He's just gonna bide his time. He's a very patient player.
Well, he's moving in force now, really moving in force into the middle. He's actually going for the pin here. He's setting up the MG in the pin position, covering the American strap point. Pops up a Faust on the M8. Yes, takes it down to 50% health.
Very nice, very nice. Gonna force that M8 to relocate and repair a little bit. At the
Meanwhile,
same time,
Sturm Armory is coming up.
Ooh, nice. Tier 3, Tier 1, 2, and 3. I hope we'll be able to see Tier 4 as well from both players.
Although, actually, there's already an AT gun out from Symbiosis, so he's well ready for this Puma when it arrives.
Mine goes off.
That was a grand hit.
The Grens, yeah. And
He
Allied
could
Sniper
stand
opens
to
up now when
lose
he
the
saw that
MG
the
here.
Axis Sniper... Yeah, the Axis Sniper's on the far left side. He was just popping off some rifles there, trying to harass the 60 munition. So the Allied Sniper is pretty confident that there's not going to be any counter-snipe opportunity. He's just starting to pop off that MG, and that actually forces Aimstrong to retreat it.
Volt gets retreated on the right-hand side here. Aimstrong's got good map control now, though he's really expanding quite a lot. But without his own sniper in the field, only just coming back into the field now, he has been draining a little bit to the allied sniper.
The half-track actually doesn't have any gunners because the Pyos are not inside a half-track, but he still used it to push around the bar rifles at the DP, so the MG could reposition
clever.
slowly and easily. Whoa, long-range curveball pack shot. Takes a nice hit on the M8, taking it down to 50% health. Already one vet strike for the M8, 7 infantry kills so far.
57mm moving up from Symbiosis. He's getting well ready for this Puma, and he might be able to use it to take out the half track as well. First Puma is now on the field, just rolled onto the field now, so he's probably going to use that a bit like the M8 to go around the map, go around the flanks, and round up any irritating rifles.
No, it's going to be really, because the only thing that can really chase him is the M8, and it's kind of caught in Symbiosis' base.
Recon run comes in.
Gonna reveal the pack and the sniper,
and
but the allied sniper is so far away.
I'm gonna hotkey these fuckers.
That one for Symbiosis, the sniper, killing one of the Pyo guys just at a half track. Here comes the Puma, now harassing some of the rifles that were trying to decap the 60 munitions outside of Aimstrong's base. At the same time, Grenadiers on the far left side is capping the fuel, but here comes the M8. Is he gonna go after the Grens? Yeah, he decides probably to go harass the Grens, capping the fuel, but the flag is almost on the top. And there it is. M8 is too late to the party.
And now this Puma is in a bit of a bad position here. There's no real supporting AT, but the M8 is going to get a few hits in now. But now the Shreks are coming in, so that's going to help him out.
Shrek's moving on. We're probably going to garrison that house to get the extended line of sight. He doesn't really need it, but you know he can't get pushed around at least if he's inside the house.
Those Grens were caught well out of position, but Aimstrong does a good, nice early retreat there and avoids taking any manpower loss. There's a sticky on the Puma. That could be huge.
We'll see if he gets something.
And he's immobilized. Wow, that's really unlucky, getting an immobilization.
But the Shrek is coming to reinforce the Puma. The M8 can't really stick around to get the killing shot off. Loses the gunner.
Dies.
Damaged engine on an immobilized
top
Puma.
Of the immobilization, yeah.
That's a bit overkill, Symbiosis, wouldn't you think? Puma's just sitting there. Pyos are gonna move over now with the reinforcing half-track as well. Pretty much just guarding the Pyos, passing the middle.
Double snipers from Symbiosis.
Oh, these Grens might be in trouble. He's waiting for the cooldown on both snipers now. 2 shots can take the whole squad out, but Aimstrong retreats, but the second shot never goes in.
Ooh, that was close. Whoa, and the 57 takes out the half-track there. That goes down. The half-track only has such a lifespan. But
he saw it because Symbiosis had the strategic point in the center still capped in his favor. So he could see the half-track sit there and go past the middle crossroad there. And the AT gun actually moved up without support, catching Aimstrong off guard a little bit. Second Puma out now. Oh, but the first one goes down eventually.
The second Puma is actually getting the 50mm up gun, which is going to make it a very good counter to the M8. The up gun Puma will take on an M8 and beat it, but I don't know what Vet 1 for the M8 does. I think it's just speed and acceleration, so that won't help it too much.
Well, it can flee, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose run away. If in doubt, run away.
We do have supply drops now unlocked for Symbiosis. He's going to start swimming in munitions in a while. He's already got he's had a fairly healthy fuel income. Right now it's only plus 10 due to the just getting decapped by some Volks that was forced off by the bar rifles from Symbiosis. But, you know, with supply now, he doesn't even need fuel anymore. He just needs, you know, pop cap, and I'm good.
Now this is a deviation from what I normally see from Aimstrong. He's now putting up his Panzer Command. He's been taking tier 4 and he's putting up the Panzer Command with Terror, which we saw someone else do earlier on in this tournament. I can't remember who it was. Going Terror with tier 4, which always seems like a bit of a weird choice to me, but...
I think it was DevM.
Was it DevM? Yeah, that sounds right.
He had a P4s and stuff, and they got killed, and then he called on the KT afterwards.
Yeah,
but he had a tier 4 up before he unlocked the KT. Oh, there's a nice force retreat in the center. Allied snipers are opening up on an MG crew. Down to 2 men. Axis sniper was right there, but the counter snipe never went in.
Prop war is a bit like the recon run
nowhere.
for Wehrmacht, really, isn't it? It's the only thing that Aimstrong has to counter it. Like, if he knows where the allied snipers are, when a recon run comes in, then instead of retreating, he could just prop war them, and maybe get a counter snipe of his own. flip it on its head, but
you gotta be serious.
you gotta be quick.
Fast on your reactions. Seeing that map coming up from the edge of the map, popping prop war as soon as you see it, and you know you gotta know where sniper is first off.
Tier 4
And
almost
just prowling
complete.
around the right.
Actually, I know why he might be going for Panzer Command. Maybe we'll be seeing some Knights Cross. I mean, against unvetted
KCH.
bars and double snipers,
Yeah, that's a very, very good point. I think you actually just nailed it on the head right there.
I don't know,
He's
I
only
mean,
got
'cause
3 rifles, and snipers can't really deal with the KCH fast enough. You know, it takes fucking 3 shots just to kill 1 man sometimes.
here's
Here's the
another
recon
recon run.
run in the center,
Active
It
Sniper
does
did
decloak the
get
sniper.
revealed, yeah.
but it was so far away. Shrekren takes 2 shots from the snipers. Now one of them suppressed. They're moving away again. He did most likely see the active sniper was out of range, so he took the 2 shots when he had the time. Nice M8 pushing on the left side. Nets him Vet 2 actually, killing all these Volks who are trying to combat the bar rifles.
Yeah, he got up
One
close and
M8.
personal, doing a lot of damage. And it's not KCH coming out, it's an Oswin coming out first.
Well, second best thing, I'd say. You know, snipers can't kill Oswin crews, even though it's open top. Bullshit. Anyway, and you know, he can still kill the bar rifles very quickly.
This upcoming
might be a
Puma is
flick on the
getting...
far right side.
That's a bit of a slip up by Aimstrong there. He's going to regret that. But luckily it's well behind his lines and it's not really in 57 range, so he should be able to get that healed up in no time.
The enemy is seizing our territory.
12 kills for one of Symbiosis sniper right now. Vet 2 already. He's mostly been targeting the Shrek Rensley. He wants that mobile AT off.
Oh, here comes the recon run coming down on the Axis Sniper.
Oh,
the Allied snipers!
Counter snipe lays down, but they actually shoot the MG crew instead.
He was just... I think they were just outside of range or fog of war or something. They were having a bit of troubleshooting.
Must have been, you know, it was in range, then he retreated and he just got out of range when they lay down. Did a little bit of an animation there. Very, very luck for Aimstrong, I think.
Shrekren's moving in on the left-hand side here. Gets a nice big hit on the double vet Puma. It's going to force
Go
that.
Alpha Faust.
Oh, yeah.
Both Volks are there.
He's
at
not
the
going to
same
let himself
time.
get Fausted, I don't think.
Ooh. He moves into range for the Faust. I don't see the animation.
The animation for the
Wrong
Faust
number.
is just so slow. Oh, what's this? We have a
There.
Hellcat out on the right-hand side. So we have Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, and Tier 4 from both players.
Sweet.
So
Epic
we're going to be
game five.
seeing a real diverse mix of units from both sides. This Oswin
That
is actually...
Hellcat though.
The
Yeah, that
Oswin's
Oswin.
just rolling out, but meeting a Hellcat, he's not going to be too pleased. Puma's unvetted, getting chased now by the Hellcat, probably going to go down here. One more shot and there it goes. There goes the out-of-control Puma. Where is the pack when he needs it?
Pack's been decrewed by the snipers.
Oh
In the
dear, this
center,
isn't
just at the
good.
cutoff.
This is not
The 2
good.
snipers now supporting the bar rifles and the Hellcat as well. Hellcat did take a little bit of damage from the upgun Puma, but it did straight out kill it fairly easily. I'm saying, just Hellcat, he hits Pumas all day long. But the Oswin now is gonna retaliate and kill the light vehicle from Symbiosis. M8 taking
He's
a
going
load
to
of
try.
damage.
He does get damaged engine, that's going to be toast.
Where's the 57? The 57 is actually moving over to the left side, but the M8 gets taken out. Vet 2 Hero M8 is now dead.
And now the Hellcat is just free to roll around. I think he's trying to squish the sniper, and he might even squish the
no!
sniper. It's forces it to retreat, but he might go for a counter snipe here. I
And
think
Snipers are moving into range, but
they were
no,
just out of
it's too
range
slow.
there, I think.
Should have uncloaked and ran.
Might be a strafing
Might have
opportunity
been
here.
range.
There's a lot of infantry and a
Yeah,
sniper.
it's not unlocked.
Not unlocked.
And he doesn't have enough munitions for it anyways. I'm not sure what he spent all his munitions on, honestly. There are supply drops in his base which are not picked up either. So if you pick them up...
Oh, I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that. A classic mine spot, and he does hit it. Damaged engine. He might still be able
Man,
to
look at the
polish off the
damage
Osman,
for
though.
Oh, Oswin, run away! Need to run faster than that!
Oh,
Oh,
very nice prop war.
No.
Very nice use of prop war there.
massive prop war.
But down goes the
But the
Oswin
Oswin
now.
is-
Yeah.
Yeah. Nets the Hellcat veterancy as well. With the Puma kill and the Oswin. And obviously it has 3 infills as well, you know. Because it's an anti-tank tank.
Yeah, that's what tank hunters do. They snipe infantry. We established this yesterday.
Yeah, we already established this. It's a fact.
Panzer IV
Historical
out.
accuracy fact. I don't know.
Panzer IV will duke it out with a Hellcat, and it will win with about 10% health in an even fight.
AT, stickies, and 2 Hellcats. That's a little bit too much to
Yeah,
chew on
that's
for a
when it
P4, I think.
turns down. And whoa!
Oh
Look
my
at the
god, look at the
damage.
hell. Ooh, but the pack is backing up the P4 now as well, forcing the Hellcat away. The AT gun is in pursuit. He can still see it due to the rifles in the center capping the VP. Both players fairly equal VPs. Still anybody's game here. I mean, you just look at the map.
Oh,
there's a
strafe
nice strafe.
comes in into
Oh.
the middle. He put it down very close to the sniper. He was lucky not to lose it.
The best thing with that strafe was destroying the pack gun permanently. So the only AT he has now is Fausts, which are not reliable enough, the Shrek, which is not reliable at long range, and the P4, which is almost dead.
I think Aimstrong actually, he's got 400 manpower. He's not buying himself another pack, so I think he might be saving up for possibly a Panther, or I mean, he has the fuel for it.
I hope so. Here comes the Hellcat Bet 1 fully repaired. Now he's chasing the P4. He knew he was around there somewhere. First shot actually bounces on the unvetted P4. Double sniper takes out the repairing Pyros though. Here comes the Shrek. He's going to try to back up the P4. It's
Recon
very
run comes
low
in.
health. Oh! Both tanks destroyed at the same time. Shrek takes out the Hellcat. Hellcat takes out the P4.
Well, they traded blows, but the P4 is worth more. So I'd say, especially with the Pioneer loss as well, and the recent pack loss, this is beginning to fall like a house of cards for Aimstrong.
Yeah, the pack loss, I must say, is fairly massive against TD play. He really needs that pack, or 2. Shreks are just not reliable enough. You can't really hunt down the fast Hellcat, the M10s, or the M8s for that matter. You know, Shreks are a good deterrent for circle strafing of packs, but that's basically it.
A sniper goes down, Axis sniper goes down. Must have been a
Oh,
counter
Axis
snipe, but he's
base,
actually
yeah.
uncloaked, so maybe he was just walking out the base, just going for a stroll, and then got nailed. I don't know.
Both the snipers and the rifles were forced retreated after the sniper died, actually.
These rifles need to retreat, otherwise they're going to lose quite a lot of manpower here.
Yeah, both those rifles trying to ninja the VP and the 60 munitions got completely shot out.
Oh,
He
KT
almost
on the
lost the
field.
entire squad.
KT is
wow.
on the field.
So what Aimstrong really needs to do now is basically preserve his manpower, losing Grens to these double snipers, which is easily, by far, the biggest threat to Aimstrong's army right now. You know, KT can handle a cat, even 2, and an AT gun almost, as long as it's constantly microing backwards, facing the forward armor, the front armor.
Yeah, retaining the manpower though, as you say, it's going to be very, very tricky against these double snipers, and I'm seeing a Hellcat train in my mind already.
Well, there are 2. How many defines a train again? I think we established in the Aljaz
Marinas game,
Marinas
8
game.
M10s for 1 KT.
And that was on Logres as well, actually.
We need to post a link to that game in the chat so people can see. If you haven't seen the biggest ever, like this is the biggest ever M10 train we've ever seen in a Vico 1v1. Like, we've never seen so many M10s. It literally looked ridiculous, and it looked even more ridiculous when they all got damaged engine at exactly the same time.
Like 3 M10s gets the damaged engine from 1 mine. It's like the hero mine of the Wehrmacht. Seriously.
But it didn't save the KT, unfortunately.
No. 2 Hellcats are just chilling out. The rifle's leading his charge here. He might get a sticky off through the hedge. I think the animation is... no.
He's going for it. He's going for it. The sticky on the KT can be really nasty at this point.
But it's so far back in Aimstrong, able to pursue with the Hellcats, as it can just face the rear armor to the edge of the map.
He's
But
running
those
out of
rifles,
room to retreat in though.
There ain't giving up.
He was backing up
Oh.
into his own Panzer command.
Rifles never get the stick off. The MG on the left side now getting shot by the Hellcat. Almost killed on retreat. They were suppressing some rifles going after the VP outside of Aimstrong's base. VPs are slowly draining away from Aimstrong. He needs to do some form of a comeback. He is losing map control as well. I'm not sure what he's supposed to do with the KT MP reduction, the manpower income reduction. He can't really
Yeah,
do
he's
it.
still got it. He's on
Right
plus
now.
166, and he's losing a lot to these double snipers. Now Vet 2, double Vet 2 snipers, 21 kills and 12 kills respectively. And now this, I think there's 57 AP rounds opening up on this KT
Yeah.
because suddenly his health is just dropped.
Oh, Shrek Ransom takes out the Hellcat that was fleeing. Got a main gun destroyed. He's trying to push the Shrek guy with 2 flamers coming to back up the damage.
Oh,
Hellcat.
nice,
One
he's
of
a
them
prop
goes
war.
down. But look at the health on the KT. He paid a lot of health for killing that one Hellcat and almost killing the second one.
Yeah, that KT is it's in some serious need of repair. It's gonna take a long time to get repaired, and that 57 creep is still going with the double snipers to spot for it. I don't know what Aimstrong can really do in this position.
He just took way too much in that engagement with the KT.
I think we might be in
He
the death
basically-
throes now for Aimstrong here.
Yeah. Symbiosis bought a metric crap ton of time now, damaging that KT for so long.
And the MG gets polished off while it was walking around, and here's a bombing run.
Oh, it bounces on the KT armor!
But look at the damage done to all those guys in the base. Was that a whole Gren squad going down? It was a whole Pioneer squad going down. Whole Pioneer squad and
Pio
several
and a
Volks.
load of Volks.
Another big force retreat. All Simon can do, Aimstrong can do at this point is just try and prop war those snipers, really. He can't make a counter sniper. Not with his constant... I mean, that manpower reduction is still in effect. He's on plus 159, and it's
Wow.
really hurting his ability to reinforce his units.
That manpower reduction has been going on forever, it feels like.
It's 5 minutes, but 5 minutes feels like an awfully long time in a game of COH.
Symbiosis just lost something. I'm not sure what he lost. I just had the
Might have been a
Allied
57
commander
crew
guy
or something.
saying that he suffered casualties. Now the AT gun is actually getting decrewed right now in the center. The Volks are going strong after it. He needs to decrew that AT gun at all costs, it seems. He doesn't get it, sadly. KT still back in the base, getting repaired with only 1 Pio squad. It's gonna take forever. Now the Hellcat is working on the base bunkers, which is gonna allow the riflemen to charge in there and polish off all the retreating squads, putting the last nail in the coffin for Aimstrong in this tournament, most likely.
And you know what he did when he took out the Krieg barracks? That means no more packs ever. That means KT and a single Shrek Gren are the only AT standing between Symbiosis and victory right now.
Triple cap on the VPs as well from Symbiosis' side. He's draining Aimstrong very quickly now, down to 189 VPs. I'm not sure if there's much
Double
Aimstrong can
snipers are
do.
still out in force. One of them's triple vet, and they're just raking in the kills now. One of them's 24 kills, the other one's 17 kills. They've been mincing up these Grens in awesome fashion.
It's no epic hunts from game 1 between Alyash and DevM, but
No, that was like near 50 kills, but
42 or something, I think.
I think 44 by the
46,
end, or
40,
something like that.
before he got counter-sniped and lost the KT and basically everything just
Everything just fell
folded
apart.
for DevM. And it's how well, I have nothing else to do here.
It's
I'm
quite a
done.
similar game to this one, really. I mean, teching is the same, and the same kind of, you know, quite dominant there, and then suddenly it just all falls apart to the snipers. You know, good use of snipers has really been what's killed Aimstrong in this game, and it's what's gonna turn this battle. There's nothing he can really do at this point in the game now. He has nothing to pull out the bag. The manpower reduction income has finally gone away, but he loses a Shrek Gren on retreat.
Oh, he loses the Shrek as well, and there are rifles capping the DP now.
And here comes triple Hellcat train. This could be the end of the KT now.
Mini train going on.
Another
Here's a
bombing run.
run in the base.
Whoa!
All over
Look at that
KT,
damage.
the main gun.
Look at that
Ooh.
damage.
Vet 3 Hellcat upcoming.
There we go.
Oh.
Vet 3 Hellcat. And that is the end. Aimstrong throws it in. GG, well played. And that is over. That's game over for Aimstrong. Aimstrong is knocked out of the tournament, out of this semi-finals, taking Symbiosis through to the finals, where he is going to battle against DevM. And I, for one, am so looking forward to these games.
Yeah, we're gonna have Symbiosis and DevM in the finals. Feels like, I don't know, feels well deserved from both players, honestly. DevM quite convincingly beat Alyash 3-1 with, you know, one of those games being epic Randy the Recon Jeep, just annihilating 4 squads, completely running over Alyash, throwing in the towel after what, 11 minutes?
That was that Jeep shit was just like, what the fuck am I watching?
Yeah, I don't know. It was like, yeah, cue Benny Hill music already.
Is absolutely insane. But we're going to take a short break now, flip over to those finals replays, and it's time, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to begin the finals broadcast, the broadcast of the very finals, the finals best of 5 of this Where's My Demo Invitational number 4 tournament, the winner of which will take home the prize pool. There can only be one winner, 2 finalists. Stay tuned, go get yourself some popcorn, get yourself some drinks, it's going to be a good one. Stay tuned.